Striker Scorpion 82 is now sponsored by Warhammer Combat Cards, a card battle game featuring your favourite Citadel miniatures from the 40k universe. Build your army decks, dominate opponents in player versus player action, collect and upgrade cards to fit your strategy, improve their power and unlock unique traits. Choose from all 40k factions, take part in campaigns based on iconic 40k battles, rise to the top of the leaderboard and win glory. Free to download and play, link is in the video description below or on the channel homepage, and by using the unique link it helps support the channel. Thanks and enjoy the game. Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2000 points Red Scorpions, Primaris Space Marines. They will be taking on the Tyranids here in this Season 8 battle report. Alright, so welcome to this 2000 points battle report. It's for our Season 8 League. So this is the second game for the Tyranids, and it'll also be the second game for Tom Cothier's Red Scorpions Primaris Space Marines. So just to update you, the Tyranids have played one game and lost so far, and Tom Cothier's Red Scorpions have played one game and lost as well. So both armies are looking for a victory here to try and get some points in the league. You can check out the league over on the Plus channel. Link for that is in the video description below. Just click on the League tab and that'll show you the progress of all the armies, which ones are battle ready, give you the results of all of the games and show you which of the armies, or show you all of the armies and how well they're performing in the league. At the moment it's the Drukhari. They are top of the league as it stands at this point in the season. So, Tyranids here, 2,000 points, chapter approved 2019. The structure is a double battalion, just to try and get as many command points as possible. So, 13 command points, then -1, because I have taken a Hive Fleet adaptation here on the Exocrine, just to beef up its firepower. So, the first battalion is Hive Fleet Kraken. That's all of these units here on the left hand side. So the 2 HQs, the troops, and then a unit of Raveners there as well. So the first HQ is a Broodlord. I've given him a relic, the Resonance Barb. It's +1 to psychic tests, and he knows an extra power as well. So Paroxysm and Psychic Scream are the two powers for the Broodlord. Hive Fleet Kraken. Units can disengage from close combat and then charge again at the same or a different target, and then for advancing it's 3d6 choosing the best, so really geared towards speed and adaptability in close combat with this Hive Fleet. So this is really the main sort of close combat element of this Tyranid list. Second HQ is the Warlord here. It's the Swarmlord, a brand new model just been painted up. He is the Warlord. He's taken the standard Warlord trait for the Swarmlord, which is Alien Cunning. He can do a redeploy just before the game begins. Psychic powers is Paroxysm and Psychic Scream for him as well. Then for troops choices, you need 3 to fulfill the battalion. So 3 units of Gene Stealers, 1 unit of 14, and then 2 units of 12. There's Acid Maws, 3 Acid Maws in each of these squads, and the rest, well, they're all equipped with Rending Claws on top of that as well. Then finally, fast attacks, unit of Raveners, all equipped with Death Spitters. There's 6 of them, and I've given them Rending Claws as well. So that's the first battalion. The second battalion, 2 HQ choices, 2 Neurophropes. So psychic powers for them. Smite as standard. One of them has Catalyst, and then the other one has Psychic Scream. Then for troops choices, 3 units of 20 Hormagaunts here. And then finally heavy support. I have 3 heavy supports in this battalion. So 2 Tyrannifexes with their Rupture Cannons and Stinger Salvos. And then finally the Exocrine. And the adaptation I've given is from the new Psychic Awakening book here. It's Voracious Ammunition. At the end of your shooting phase, select one enemy unit that had one or more models destroyed this phase as a result of an attack made by this model. That unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. The idea of the Exocrine here is it can fire twice if it remains stationary. Pick 2 different targets, and then you're going to knock a D3 mortal wounds of each of those targets if a model is slain. So just to enhance the firepower from this thing. Hive Fleets then. Here, again, I've gone to the book, so you can choose 2. It's really to help out the monsters here. Metamorphic Regrowth, so you're regaining a lost wound at the start of each turn, just to add a bit more durability to these artillery support monsters here in this list. And then the second option is Biosphere Consumption. So if enemy models there's no enemy models within an inch and remain stationary, then the monsters are granted a 6+ Feel No Pain. Again, just to make them a little bit more durable on the table. So that is the Tyranid list. At this point, I'll just mention the patrons. Gold level, that's Alex Stillwell, Andrew Swan, Marcus Anthony, Luke Schrengel, Nicholas Lucas, Paul Cook, and Will Wright as well. Big thanks to them for their support at gold level. You can check out the end credits for those supporting at silver level, and then thanks also to those supporting at bronze. All the proceeds on the Striking Scorpion 82 Patreon page go straight to my local Wargames club, SSWG. That's the club where I really got into wargaming and into 40k, and so I've set that page up to help support them, and they use the funds to create new and exciting terrain projects, which we can then feature in our games of 40k and Apocalypse battles as well. That's the Tyranid list. We'll take a look now and see what Tom Cothier has for his Primaris Space Marines Red Scorpions chapter. Alright, so 2,000 points of Red Scorpions, Primaris Space Marines, and as per usual for Tom, a different list here and some new models being added in as well. We'll let him run through his list.
Okay, so today I have obviously my Red Scorpions. I've got a Battalion detachment and a Vanguard detachment. Vanguard's nice and easy. It's just a captain upgraded to a Chapter Master. He is not my Warlord today, actually. My Apothecary is my Warlord. And the Apothecary has also been upgraded to a Chief Apothecary. He has the free relic of the Healer's Aegis and the Warlord trait of Father of the Future. And he's accompanied by 2 squads of 3 aggressors with Boltstorm gauntlets. Then when you go on to the battalion, as always, I've got Cullen the Risen here to get his revenge on some Gene Stealers for killing him the first time. And I have a Librarian upgraded to a... Oh, actually not upgraded to a Chief Librarian. We've got the Relic, the Tome of Malkador, to give an additional psychic power. So he has Reforge, Size Steel Armor, and Null Zone. And then I have a Tech Marine upgraded to a Master of the Forge, and given him an extra Warlord trait called Adept of the Omnissiah. So that just enables him to, because he's Master of the Forge, automatically heal 3 wounds, and Adept of the Omnissiah allows him to add 1 to that, so he's automatically healing 4 wounds.
This is Iron Hands then?
Yeah, Iron Hands again, yeah. And then 3 basic squads of 5 Intercessors, all with bolt rifles, not Stalkers today, and all of the Sergeants are going to have the auxiliary grenade launchers, and then it's 2 Primaris Repulse Executioners, as seen, with the I think it's a heavy laser destroyer, and the Gatling guns. And then my 2 new units are the impulsors at the back, and they have shield domes for the 4+ invulns, and they are upgraded to both have the iron rail heavy stoppers as well.
All right, so that's Tom's list. He's saying here 6 command points spent already just on various upgrades here for his characters. 3 command points remain, but given some decent buffs and bonuses to these different units. That's the list. Great to see some new models being painted up yet again for his Red Scorpions as his collection expands. We'll go on to scenario and deployment now for this battle. Alright, so we have a scenario that's been randomly determined. Chapter approved 2018. It's the second Eternal War mission. Narrow the Search is the name of the mission. And then Spearhead Assault is the deployment zone. So Tom won the roll-off and is elected to go at this, and we're fighting across the board in this direction this time. So Tom's deployment zone just marked by these yellow dice. And then there's one central objective. Dead center of the table is actually in the middle of this building, so we've decided to put the objective marker just on top of the building here for this game. And then at this end you can see the Tyranid deployment zone just marked again by the yellow dice. So fighting from end to end here in this battle. So there's one central objective. Just to point out, no invuln saves allowed for any units within 12 inches. Both armies have invuln saves in their lists. Just thinking of Gene Stealers and the Swarm Lord for the Tyranids. Invuln saves won't count if they get within 12 inches of that objective. And Tom has some units of invuln saves as well. A couple.
To have all of my infantry with invulns.
Okay, so okay, there's some. So both armies, plenty of invuln saves that could be nulled here if they get within 12 inches of that central objective. So the rules: first strike, slay the Warlord, and Linebreaker available in this mission. And then the main rule for capturing the central objective, it's called zeroing in. So the usual rules are holding the objective, but the range of that is 18 inches on turn 1, so a large area. And the aim of the game is to close in tighter and tighter towards the central objective. So it shrinks, the area that you can claim the objective shrinks by 3 inches every turn. So on turn 2 it will be 15 inches, and then 13 inches, and so on. It keeps shrinking, getting smaller and smaller, so drawing both these armies closer in. So it will be a fight for the central objective, as at the end of each battle round, whoever controls the objective gets 1 victory point. So a very themed mission, this one. It'll be interesting to see how both sides cope with the requirements for this game. We'll go on to deployment now. Tyranids have to deploy their entire army first, and then Tom will deploy his army. Tyranids will go first unless the Red Scorpions seize the initiative. So just to mention the battle mat and some of the terrain that we're using in this game. The battle mat here is from gamemat.eu, so you can check them out for your supplies of battle mats for your games of 40k. This one's 6x4 in size, rolls out nice and flat. And then we put the terrain on top, use some scrub and bushes and stones just to blend it all in. Then it's this nice mouse mat material. It's nice and quiet for dice rolling and figure friendly as well. Some of the terrain that we're using is from the pre-painted terrain sets from gamemat.eu as well. This is the industrial terrain set. I've stacked 2 of the buildings on top of the larger piece there, and I've painted it up in my own AdMech colour scheme. There's those, a part of that set, these larger containers here as well, and you can see these green boxes, part of that industrial terrain set as well. So you can check out gamemat.eu for your supplies of battle mats and pre-painted terrain. And then we're also featuring in this game from madgamingterrain.com, it's the MDF terrain. So this is all stackable. These buildings stack on top of each other. The roofs come off, and then you can see the walkways here as well. It's all magnetized, so you can do all sorts of different combinations with this terrain. But you can check out madgamingterrain.com for your supplies of MDF terrain. Alright, so deployment's complete. Tyranids finishing their deployment first, so deploying up to the max here, getting ready to move out. In contrast to the Red Scorpions, you'll see their deployment in just a moment here, but I've put the terrain effects on either side, Exocrine in the middle, 2 Neurophropes, Swarm Lord, Brood Lord, and then Gene Stealer units 1, 2 and 3, the 14 strong model unit right at the very tip, getting ready to move out as far and as fast as possible. Then the Hormigaunt units 1, 2 and 3 just there. The Raveners are in reserve just as an option for the Tyranids at turn 2 onwards. That's their deployment done. The Red Scorpions are at the other end of the table. Okay, so deployment for the Red Scorpions here. The Impulsors, these two here at the back. So just showing you the contrast here. Tyranids deploying right up to the edge of their deployment zone. Scorpions conceding the front line here and holding back for now. I think the plan for them is to try and soften up the Tyranids before moving in to the objective. There's a risk that Tyranids can swarm on the objective and try and race ahead with points, but Tom going to try and preserve his force and then try and bank on collecting points at the middle and end stage of the game. So Impulsors here at the back, 2 units of Intercessors are inside, Caribcon just here, the 2 Repulsors just here. They're flying tanks, so they can go on top of the buildings just here.
There's a Tech Marine.
Oh, he's in there, right, okay. Tech Marine's...
Librarian at the back.
Tech Marine and Librarian are just buried in there behind the buildings.
Chapter Master.
Chapter Master.
Chief Apothecary.
And then the 2 units of Aggressors on top, and there's one other unit of Intercessors
just here
on the other side, just around there. Okay, so that's deployment done for both sides. Do you want to see his initiative?
Not particularly, but I might as well. Yeah, I might as well try.
Okay, he's saying he's going to roll a 6 here.
But I need to get the Emperor Protect.
Here it comes.
Yes, he does.
You said you get a 6 and you did.
I love it.
He's going to go first. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to have to go forwards now.
No, I've got 72-inch range.
Oh.
So we'll take off some of your big guys first, hopefully, and then...
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. We'll go on to turn 1, but the Tyranids are all ready to move here, and the initiative has been stolen by the Red Scorpions. Now remember, both sides in the league here, we've both lost our first battles, so a win for either side is going to be very important here in this fight. Red Scorpions, apparently there's a bit of fluff, bit of lore behind this encounter, these two sides.
Cullen was originally slain by a Tyranid monster.
Oh,
so he's
okay.
coming back in Leviathan form to
Perfect.
get some revenge.
Right, okay. Great themed game. Imperium will go first. Turn 1 coming up next. Right, okay. Movement phase we're on here at the moment, and not a single model's going to move. We'll let Tom make his.
Move a tank.
Okay, we'll see what he wants to do here, but really it's going to be turn 1 firepower here to try and soften up the Tyranids. Now, first blood or first strike is going to be quite an important point to pick up here for both sides, because this game does look like it's going to be quite limited on points that can be scored. Line breaker is something to bear in mind, but that's going to be quite a stretch for both sides with the deployment zones. And slay the warlord. My warlord is the Swarm Lord just in there, so tough enough. And your ward isn't Carib Khan, is it?
My warlord is the Apothecary.
Ah, interesting.
Once again, quite fluffy with Red Scorpions, because like they're very Apothecary based.
Okay. We'll let Tom decide if he wants to move any of the models here, but I think it's going to be an initial long-range strike here with these repulsor tanks. All right, so movement complete. Tom's changed his mind here. A little bit of movement taking place. So both the repulsors moving around in this direction. I think these tanks are squaring themselves up to take on the Terran effects here to go for that first strike. Kill if possible. They've moved under half move, so he will get to shoot twice. The Chapter Master just moved down.
So he's in range
A little bit of shuffling here with the Librarian and the Tech Marine, and in this squad of Intercessors they were here. They made room for the tanks and have shifted across in this direction. That is the movement done. Carib Khan not moving, anchoring at the back for now. So it's patience here with the Red Scorpions.
Psychic phase, I forgot I had a Librarian.
Oh yes, all right. Psychic phase next. Right, 6 for this. This is Sire Steel here. Going off. Does go off on a 9.
Oh, 9, sorry, yeah. So I get to pick a unit within 12 inches and give it +1 to its save. Infantry unit only. So just to mark it up, I'll mark it up as the
unit of aggressors.
Front aggressor unit there.
So already in cover.
Yeah, so they'll be on a 1-up save.
Okay.
For those.
Right, so that's psychic phase finished here. So shooting phase. It's basically their 2 main guns firing, that's it.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah,
okay.
That's in range.
Here we go. I really hope this Terran effect survives, but we'll see what happens.
So the first one, so hitting on 3s, they don't suffer any they've got Power of the Machine Spirit, so they don't suffer any negatives for moving. Hitting on 3s. Re-rolling everything because of the Chapter Master. So that's a bad start.
Okay, 1 hit.
Strength 10, toughness 8, so 3s. 1 through, that's -5 AP.
Because of Devastator Doctrine.
Yeah.
Okay, there's nothing I can do. And
D6 damage, so it's a minimum of 3 that can be scored, so 3 damage so far from the first shot.
Okay, so 3 damage. We get 6+ feel no pain for our Hive Fleet ability here. Nothing. 3 wounds taken, down to 11 left.
So the next shot from that tank, because it's firing twice.
Yes.
Both hit on 5s.
There's a slim chance I could survive.
1. I don't have many CP.
You've got 3 command points.
I'm awfully tempted to
go for that, yeah.
Yeah, I need to kill him. So I'm going to spend a CP.
Here it comes.
Roll that. And it's a
just
about. Through. No save again.
2d6.
So that's 7 wounds.
Yep. A lot of 6s here, come on. There's 1. So 9 damage in total so far.
Yeah, from the first tank.
So 5 wounds remain. Need a miracle here on this Terran effects to stay alive, but it will require shots from this second tank here to finish it off.
Reroll it.
Hope this misses.
Nope.
Nice. Okay.
3s.
3s to wound. They've both wounded. I think
That's 6 damage anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's
Number 7.
7 damage.
2 6s just to try and gone. Creature destroyed, and there's no death throws from that. But Terran effects removed from play very quickly here with the firepower from these 2 repulsors. Yeah, so the second round of firepower is in line of sight and range. Going to pick on the Exocrine now. Don't think he'll destroy it, but 2 hits come through. 3s to wound.
1 wound.
What strength is it coming through at this thing?
10.
It's strength 10. Yeah, so strength 10. Very, very useful here against all targets. Damage. 1 becomes a 3. 6+ feel no pain. Ignore 1. Alright, so down to 11 wounds left on the Exocrine. Yeah, sorry, correction, 10 wounds. 2 wounds have been taken away. Okay, shooting phase finished. Moving on to assault phase. Finished. Turn 1 complete. So initial long range firepower, and it's been pretty good here for the I was going to call them long scorpions. Red scorpions here. But excellent firepower from these. Excellent range and decent hard hitting ability with these repulsors. Turn 1 is finished. The Imperium has made a dent in this Tyranid list already. So we'll see how the Tyranids react. I think the only way is to go forwards, but they'll need some kind of cunning here. The closer we get to the Red Scorpions, the more it's going to hurt, I think. And there's a long range to cover, but the theme of this game, the point of this game, the objective is just here. If the Tyranids can control that for as long as possible, they stand a chance of victory here. We'll go on to turn 1 for the Tyranids next. All right, so movement phase done here. Haven't gone all out movement straight ahead here with the Tyranids, just playing a bit more of a calculating approach here. Because of the mission, the focus here is on this objective. So to try and keep as many models alive as possible, I'm going to try and hold back here with our units. If we go headlong towards this gun line, there will be trouble for our Tyranid units. So I'm going to hold them back and try and tempt Tom to get a bit closer if he wants to. So I've gone... moved easily in range here, just moved regular moves here with these Gene Stealers. There's a unit just here, keeping themselves out of 12 inches of that, just to keep their invuln saves. This unit has lost its invuln save. It's the large unit of 14. It's strung out across in this direction. Hormagaunt squads here and here. The two Neurophropes, the Broodlord in amongst them as well, just trying to screen the characters with multiple units in front. So then move the Exocrine 10 inches in total with a 4-inch advance. There's a method to my madness here. We might still be able to shoot with some help from the Onslaught psychic power. But he's moved ahead and has got himself in range 36 of the 2 units of aggressors on top here. Then around here, the Broodlord, he's gone forwards and lost his invuln save, but it's about the best spot for hiding from Tom's firepower. He's very well hidden, tucked inside in amongst the buildings there. Tyrannifex hasn't moved. It is within range of the impulses at the other end of the table, and the Hormagaunts here just shifting to their right slightly just as a screen. And the third unit of Gene Stealers, they've tucked in behind here. That's movement done for the Tyranids. More of a cunning, calculating approach from them. They are intent on infesting this area and controlling this objective. That is the aim of the game. So movement phase finished. We'll go on to psychic phase next. So Onslaught here from the Broodlord, and it's going on to the Exocrine here. Need a 6. And we perilled. Okay. I'll command reroll this one. The power's gone off, so I'll command reroll this to try and stop the peril. It's a 10, becomes 11 for the Resonance Barb. The Hive Mind really wanted that power to go off, but that's been cast here. Onslaught now on the Exocrine. So the next power, we'll go for Catalyst. We'll put it onto this Exocrine just to try and make it as survivable as possible. That's gone off on a 9, so we'll mark it up with a screen marker here. So 5+, feel no pain now granted to the Exocrine. All Smite's out of range here. And the Horror is out of range, so that'll be psychic phase finished. Again, it's going to be limited shooting phase for the Tyranids as well, but we've manoeuvred one of the weapon beasts into position, so we've got some options here. We'll see what happens. We'll go on to shooting phase next. So, going to fire the Exocrine. I'm going to play one of the new stratagems here. Symbiotic Devastation. It's 1 command point. Use the stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Select 1 Exocrine unit from your army. To the end of that phase, that unit is treated as not having moved in your movement phase. It means we're going to get to fire twice, and we're going to get the +1 to our ballistic skill as well. So I'm just combining that with Onslaught that we've played on there. Onslaught is a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select a friendly Tyranids unit with an 18 in the Psycho. This unit can shoot this turn even if it advanced without suffering any penalties to hit rolls, moving and shooting heavy weapons. So combine those two together just to let this thing fire as normal. Okay, so the first 6 shots. I've played Pathnogenic Slime here, so I'm going to add 1 to the damage rolls as well for this thing. So calculating out, it's AP -3. It will knock Tom down to 3 up armor save, 4 up, 5 up, 6 up. Then
so they're
on +2.
Yeah, so they've got the size steal, which gives them +1 to armor save. In cover gives them +1 again.
So they're going to get 4+ armor save,
4+ armor save,
and they'll get a 5 up armor save or a
5+ invuln from the
gotcha
apothecary.
Here we go. We'll fire at the toughest unit then. First 3s, but I'm very happy. I'm happy. Here we go. 3s to wound. Okay, and I'm investing a lot of command points in this.
That'll be 5 command points if you reroll that.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Command reroll. Okay.
There we go.
All right. So 4 have come through. So 4+ save first of all.
4+ save from these.
One's just gone off the board.
Tension. So that's 3 made.
Please.
1 through.
No,
So
not going to command reroll that one. No.
3. No, I'm not going to waste my command. 3 damage.
3 damage.
And I ignore damage on 5+ because of the apothecary. No.
No.
Whole facing. So 1.
Model slain.
Yeah, and then that gives you the D3 wounds, doesn't it?
Does, yes.
It's only D3 though, isn't it?
No, I need to heal it. So I'd need a 5 or 6 to slay another
And I can
model.
bring it back in a minute.
You can. Yeah. Oh boy, okay. This has been
now?
expensive firepower here, but we'll fire again, and we'll go for the second unit of aggressors. 3s.
Same again, good. Consistent.
Well done, Exocrine. Not bad. 3s to win. Come on. 3. Okay, 5+ this time.
No.
None. Oh, hold on. We're looking at a bit of trouble here. So the first model takes 5 pluses.
So he saves 2.
Block 2.
So he takes 1 damage.
Yep.
And then same again on him.
5 pluses. Yep.
So he's now dead.
Yep. And then 5 pluses. A lot of effort to get to these aggressors here, but they're a nasty unit.
He's dead.
No, another model slain. Okay.
I'm not gonna waste.
So if I get a 5+ at the end of the shooting phase, I could potentially destroy the unit. We'll see what happens, but not too bad from the Exocrine. We'll press on. His firepower's complete. Just the rupture cannon to fire now from the Tyrannifex. Alright, so Tyrannifex, I was going to fire down here at one of the impulsors, but I am in line of sight and just about in range. Range 48 ends about here of both of these two targets. So I'm going to go after the aggressors here with the Tyrannifex. So the first round is going to go against the tougher... No. We'll go against the weaker unit here. 4s. Oh, yeah, it's not too bad. 2s.
The bugs can fire.
2s to win. They've been practicing. What the heck? That's very good.
-3.
Yeah, -3 again. So 5s.
1 save.
1 save. So 2d6 damage. 11. Okay, right. Oh dear. Not too bad at all. No complaints here. Very, very happy.
Yeah.
5 pluses. Oh, got him. Aggressor destroyed. So I'm glad I switched from my Carnifex list. I'd taken some more heavy artillery at the backs, but not too bad here. Firepower support going quite well here for the Tyranids. I will fire again then, and it's going to go into this squad. What a result if we can bring them down. Sorry.
Come on.
See my little... I drilled magnets into these dice, and there's magnets just under the table. No, joking. Okay, 2s to wound. They're all wounded. 4 plus imp on save.
2 saved.
2 save. Well done. Well done. D6 damage. It's a 6. Okay. 5s. No, another model slain. And if I roll a 5 or a 6, then they'll be gone. And that'll be quite significant here. Okay, and that is firepower finished. So I will roll it now. Oh, it's a 3. I can't. Come on, reroll it. And here comes the mortal wounds.
So he's got 1 wound.
1 wound left. Incredible. I guess I could use implant attack stratagem, but that's melee only. So I think there's nothing more I can do. But 1 aggressor remains alive with 1 wound remaining. It's been devastating firepower here. Tyranids have picked on the top of this building here, and they've almost wiped out the 2 units of aggressors. Turn 1 is finished. There's no assaults to take place. The turn is over. Tyranids will pick up 1 point here for holding the objective, and both armies pick up a point for first strike as well. Yeah, so no, we're just checking the rules. First strike, it is chapter approved 2018, so both sides have picked up that point. So Tyranids have made a statement here on their turn 1. They've let loose of their long-range firepower, but that may not last too long. Tom,
it did take 5 CP to do it.
And it cost me 5 CP, so it's not going to last forever. And crucially, Tom will be able to start restoring wounds and models to this unit just here. But Tyranids have made a decent start. There's certainly no complaints from myself here this turn. So we've claimed the objective for turn 1 at least. For how long that can go on for, we'll see what happens. Battle of endurance here for both sides. We'll go on to turn 2. The second turn coming up now for the Red Scorpions. Do they continue to hold back? Do they move off towards the objective? We'll see what Tom decides to do. We'll go on to turn 2 for his army next. Alright, so turn 2. Movement phase is finished. You can see the 2 repulsors here trying to get into position to fire their long-range heavy guns at the Tyranid beasts. I think Tom's going to be going after the Tyrannifex and also the Exocrine as well. Intercessors moved across this direction. characters are huddled here in amongst the buildings. Have you done your restore wounds yet, the Apothecary?
No.
So you can roll up to try and restore the aggressor. The aggressor's just tucked in here at the top of the building, and he's restored all the wounds, so good job from him. Isn't he a chief? What does he get to?
I think he gets to re-roll to see if he brings someone back.
Ah.
Sadly, he doesn't get to do 2. You can give him another warlord trait, so he can heal 2, but...
Okay, right, so next turn you can attempt to restore.
Back,
yeah, okay. Carib Khan's manoeuvred to his right-hand side. He does have line of sight to the Hive Tyrant.
To the
Swarmlord, yes. Carib Khan next has shifted to his right. He can see through to the Swarmlord here, just about can see through the terrain. He does have those hunter-killer missiles available. And you can see the 2 impulsors there. They've shifted out to their right-hand side, still with the 2 units of intercessors inside. So for now, the Red Scorpions, for this second turn, are going to hold back and let loose of their firepower once again. But there will come a point in the game where the Red Scorpions are going to have to come forwards. But they're trying to soften up the Tyranids first. I think it's wise. But tick-tock time moves on. We'll see. We'll go on to the Psychic phase now for the Red Scorpions coming up next. Yeah, size still to go off it.
Yep.
Got a 7, yeah.
So I'll just cast on that one aggressor again.
Okay. So, a little bit of a psychological game, this one. Isn't it? A bit of a pressure going on. This objective, this mission's forced the way this game has gone. Usually expect Tyranids, standard game, they head off towards the Red Scorpions. Yeah. The Red Scorpions fire all their guns.
I did not expect a 100% hit ratio from the Tyrannifex.
I know, yeah, and he's complained about my dice roll. But the game, the scenario has shifted the way the game has worked out here. So it's an interesting twist to what's going on, but quite thematic, really. Tyranids infesting this area. Red Scorpions on a cleanse mission, which they'll need to begin soon. We'll go on to shooting phase here. We'll see how effective the Red Scorpions are with their long range firepower for a second turn. All right, so Carib Khan to start.
Heavy bottle first. 1 hit, hooray for me. And nothing. Okay, so let's get all those bad rolls out of the way. This is the one that we want.
This is 3 hunter killers at 2s to hit.
3s to hit.
3s to hit. Oh no, not a command reroll.
What toughness is he?
He's toughness 7.
Toughness 7, so it'd be 3s to wound. I am very torn. I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to have to do it.
Oh, he's going to have to, yeah. Precious command points being used here. It has wounded.
So 3s to wound.
This is a very important roll here.
2.
Okay.
-2 AP.
Yes, -2 because we're on tactical doctrine at the moment. I'll try and make some 5-up saves here. Past 1. And I might command reroll this one. What do we do? Think. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Just this will infuriate Tom here if you roll a 5 or a 6. No, we haven't. Okay. And the damage is 4. There's nothing we can do about that, so we'll take 4 wounds on the Swarmlord. Right, so it's not too bad there from Khan, but the Swarmlord, thankfully for the Tyranids, is still alive and healthy enough and 8 wounds remaining. Repulsor to fire next. All of the Gatling type weapons here, the Dagger guns are all going to go into the 14 model Gene Stealer unit, and then the heavy gun's going to go into the Tyrannifex. It's the price the Tyranids will have to pay to control this objective. They're exposed and not able to get into close combat, but they're able to hold the objective, so it's a trade-off here.
So I'll do the first shots first into the Tyrannifex.
Yes, you're going to get shoot twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you only moved less than half move.
So 1 hit, rerolling, 2 hits.
Yeah, it's Chapter Master kicking in.
3s, 2 wounds.
2 wounds and 2 3s. -4, nothing I can do about it. Damage is
11. Come on!
Very good.
I'm in.
Oh no. 6 plus feel no pain for our Hive fleet. 2 6s. 9 wounds taken.
Nicely.
Devastating, yeah. Down to 5 wounds left. Ouch. Okay, so next, Dagger guns here. So the heavy onslaught Gatling cannon going into the Gene Stealers. He's picking on this squad. It's the larger squad. It's holding the objective, but it's lost its invuln save here. So I reckon Tom's...
I'm sure I've got power of the machine spirit. Yeah.
Okay.
So 3s. Reroll then.
Chapter Master here.
10 hits. And 3 because it's strength 5. 2, 4, 6, and -1.
Yeah, we do get our armour save, -1. And we save 2.
See?
So 4 casualties taken so far. It's down to 10 models left.
Iron Rail Heavy Stubber. All hit. 4s, is your toughness 4?
Yes,
2
toughness 4, 2 wounds. Minus on this one?
-1.
6s. Double 6. No, I'm joking. It's
Made me look up then.
it's 2 there. So 6 casualties taken so far. Twin heavy bolter next.
Yeah. All hits.
Oh, hit.
3s. 4. -1.
-1 again, yep, for heavy bolter. 6s. Save 1, so 3 more casualties come through.
-1 to hit you.
Just keep track here. It's 9 casualties so far.
So the Icarus Heavy Stubber, -1 to hit you, so I'm on 4s. Rerolling.
It's all rerollable here for his chapter master shenanigans going on.
And then 4s to wound. 3 wounds.
3 wounds come through.
1, I believe. -1.
None. So you've killed 12. There's 2 left. Okay, so 12 casualties marked up there. Remove the models from play. So the second shot to come through here from the main gun from this repulsor. You're going to kill this beast here. Oh dear. Rerolling that one.
Nope. 3s.
3s to wound.
No rerolls available because I used them already. So he's alive.
Survived. Okay. So that's the firepower from that. It's been devastating. Excellent firepower from that repulsor. Really good. And that's at quite long range here, even with the Daka guns as well. Okay, so next, this repulsor here. All of the Daka guns are going to go into this unit of Genesis, which does have its 5+ invuln save, and then the main gun into the Exocrine to see if we can get that to survive. 2 shots, 2 hits.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. -4.
-4.
Nothing I can do about it, so away you go with your damage.
That is 9 damage.
9.
9 and 5.
So we do have Catalyst this time, 5+.
Oh, that works. That works for me.
Oh no.
The dice have betrayed you now.
They have 2 wounds. Oh, 2 wounds left. Oh, that's a shame. Now we're going to die. Oh, okay, we'll let Tom do the daiquiri element here of this tank, and then that's move less than 6.
Yeah.
Let's
Both
get
of them, less than 5. It needs to be up to 5.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, the movement's 10.
Okay.
Onslaught. Tennis.
Small reroll shenanigans here. Captain Shenanigans is Tom's nickname now, I think.
And 3s. 2, 4, 6, 8. -1.
That's strength 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3s to wound. Ooh, past 4. So 4 casualties taken. Just mark that up. I'll remove the models in just a moment. Just mark that up just there with 4. Iron How Heavy Stubber next.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to reach the chapter master of Genie Stealers, but it's such a long stretch yet.
It is strength 4, so 2, -1.
5 ups, past 1, another casualty taken, so 5 casualties now in total. That's a 12 model squad of Gene Stealers. So casualties coming in, but is the rate high enough to clear these Tyranids away? But Tom won't have to wait until he wipes out the Tyranids here. He'll just need to soften them up enough where it's a bit safer to close in. So how many here? 2?
3 at -1.
3. 5 ups, past 2. Running above average here. It's another 1 casualty taken. So it's half the squad in size.
And the stubber. This is the one that's -1 because they're not flying. So that's 5. 4s. All of them. 5, -1.
5 ups, past 2 more. 3 more casualties taken. So 9. So just 3 Gene Stealers left from that squad. Alright, so there's the casualty pile here. So here it comes. 2 shots from the Impulsor, 2 5s.
Oh.
1 dice has disappeared.
So it's 1 through.
Yep.
And it is 5.
5 wounds.
How many's got left? 2.
2. Made an amazing dice roll.
Well, if anyone can do it. Exactly. My point exactly. My point exactly.
Don't stay, please don't leave. Carry on the game. Oh dear, right, okay. There you go. 1 wound left on the exocrine. Oh dear. I just don't know what to say. Okay. We'll press on. I think Tom might look to see if there's anything in range. I don't know. There's nothing. Hold it right there. We'll double check. See what he's got left. But crazy result here. The exocrine's just about alive. Okay, it's not quite over yet. There's no other shooting across the board. This is it. Okay. There's a stratagem called Hunter Slayer Missile. We've been discussing it here. Tom needs to roll equal to or higher than the target's ballistic skill. My current ballistic skill is 5+ because of the damage that's been taken. So we're going to play it at that. Tom needs a 5 or more. Emperor
protects. No,
that's a 3.
Protect. You don't protect the Emperor. You betray me.
Okay. So he's a bit annoyed about that, but there we go. All command points used up here for the Red Scorpions. The Tyranids have 6 left. They've burnt through a good number of theirs. But the situation is I still have 2 of these weapon beasts alive. I doubt they're going to last much longer. They've taken heavy damage. We'll go on to Tyranid Turn 2 coming up next. Just a case of crowding this objective for now. The range of that has dropped from 18. It's 15-inch range to control that objective here, as the units need to zero in on the central objective. Turn 2 finished for the Red Scorpions. Not too bad. Firepower's been pretty significant. Morale, no issues here at all for Synapse. Turn 2 coming up next for the Tyranids. Alright, so movement's complete here for the Tyranids on turn 2, and again, we're quite happy to sit on top of this objective here and not push forwards. So we've done a regular move with the exocrine this time, no need to advance him. We are quite comfortably in range now, range 36 of multiple targets. Auto restored a wound for our Hive Fleet, so back up to 2, up to 6. With the turn effects, both of these will be firing a ballistic skill of 5+ when they shoot. Gene Stealer's happy to sit where they are, hiding there. A slight manoeuvre here with the Swarm Lord. He's now pushed to his left just to stay out of line of sight of these tanks, at least if these tanks remain where they are. And then I did play a stratagem, 2 command points to restore D3 wounds and restore 3 onto the Swarm Lord, so he's back up to 11 wounds. Hormigons just sort of hanging around here at the back, just waiting to commit their numbers into this objective at a later point during the game. Chainstealers happy to sit where they are. The little squad of 2 is tucked in deeper into the terrain as well. But it's just a case of camping out on this objective, for now at least, and trying to preserve as many bodies as possible when the Red Scorpions make their attempt to cleanse the Tyranids out of this sector. Movement's finished. We'll go on to the Psychic phase next. I'm going to try and put Catalyst onto the Swarm Lord to start off with, and it's a 9, so that does go off. And again, we're all out of range of trying to deny psychic powers here, so just aware that Tom may well go after the Swarm Lord, so it's got a 5+, feel no pain. And that is the Psychic phase finished here. Smite's all out of range, the Horror is out of range, and there's no need to try and play Onslaught here. We'll use the stratagem on the exocrine, so he counts as remaining stationary. So we'll go on to shooting phase here. We'll see how significant the Tyranid firepower is. It's been weakened here, but 2 beasts remain. We'll see what kind of damage they can do. So we're going to fire the first salvo. We've played the same stratagem as last time with the exocrine, so it's going to count as remaining stationary. And then we've played Pathogentic Slime as well to have +1 to the damage. So 6 shots, in 4s actually, because we're on +1 to hit for having remained stationary. So yeah, it's helped out here. 3 hits have come through, 3s to wound. They've all wounded here, so aggressor will be on 4+.
No, 2.
2, so 6 damage. No, not quite. No rerolls available, so the aggressor's gone. It's quite significant. A lot of DACA available from those units. We've managed to destroy them. Going to get to shoot again. So we'll go after this repulsor here. It is toughness 8 though, but we'll have a go. I was tempted to go down here against the infantry, but I think the tank's more significant in the game. So 4s to hit. We've got another 3. 5s to wound though. Three have made it through. And saves none. Damage of 9 here. So there is a feel no pain available.
2. So 7 wounds taken.
7 wounds taken. Right, so 9 wounds remain on this repulsor. I think we must fire the Tyrannifex here. It is in range 48. 3 shots. This will hit on 5 pluses here with the first 3 shots come through. 2 hits come through. You can't fault the Tyranid firepower here. And then 3s to wound, gets strength 10. Go for it. Command reroll. Yeah, it goes through. So 2 at -3. That's all my command points burnt here.
1 saved.
Save 1 on a 6. Well done. Good rolling. And then the damage is just the 2.
Takes 2.
Takes 2. All right, down to 7. We'll fire again. This is going to be tight here. Depends if we get any hits. 5s. 3 hits. I don't know what to say about the dice rolling. This is probably the most...
These are bugs with no brains. And they're hitting better than Space Marines with Chapter Masters.
Yep.
How does that work?
I don't know. They've been practicing. The highest peak of their development. Okay. 3s to wound. They were wounded on 2 6s and a 3. I don't know what to say. And nothing. 3d6 damage. You'll not see the like of this again. It's going to be tight here, actually. That is 9 wounds taken. Okay, so there's 7 wounds remaining. 9 dice to roll. In 5s.
In 6s. And
6s.
He's dead.
Just about 2 6s were rolled. 7 wounds required to destroy this thing, and just don't roll a 6. You have rolled a 6. We saw that coming. Oh no!
D6 mortal wounds.
Is it?
Yeah, literally. That would be
This is I don't know what to say here. Okay, so there's a lot of characters to roll up for. The Apothecary.
2 wounds.
He's okay. Feel no pains on him.
Yep. 1 wound.
Save 1. So 1 wound taken.
Chapter Master.
5 wounds taken. Feel no pains.
2.
Save 2. Alright, so he's survived. It's devastating here. We'll let Tom deal with the repercussions of this, but this is... Librarian's gonna die potentially here.
Librarian is dead.
Librarian's gone. He's just off camera. He's rolled a 6 for damage on the repulsor. This one here has taken some wounds, but 3 6s though. Just 3 wounds there. But it's a significant result here. Devastating result here for the Red Scorpions. So just checking back on the footage. I think the Librarian is still alive. He's taken 4 wounds instead of 5, so he's still on the board.
The Apothecary gives within 6 inches a 5 plus feel no pain.
Ah, right, gotcha. Fine.
And then D6 more on the Tech Marine.
3. He'll survive.
5s.
5s.
Takes
2 wounds taken.
2 wounds.
But you imagine the detonation on top of the building, all the falling debris, and it's hurt the characters here and damaged this tank also. So finally that can be removed from play. Oh boy. Don't know what to say. That's a strange set of dice here. Bizarre accuracy from the Tyranids for some reason. Their firepower's been exceptionally accurate here in this
he hasn't missed a shot.
game. Doesn't usually happen, honestly. It's just a strange set of results here. And then this thing's detonate. It shouldn't have happened, but it did detonate, and it's caused a whole lot of damage around here. It is significant in the game. It may well force the Red Scorpion just to go for it now and to push ahead, fire as they go.
Away.
Or retreat, but we'll see what Tom decides to do. But maybe that might be the signal that spurs his army on to take the fight to the Tyranids. So that is the end of the shooting phase here. So the turn has finished. There's no charges, no Overwatch to take place. What's happened here, it may well spur Tom on to take the fight to the Tyranids here, to build up the frustration and the desire for revenge, and then go to closer range here to try and push the Tyranids off this objective. The turn finishes. They pick up another point here. It's only turn 2. There's potentially 7 turns in the game, so it's early stages yet. But surely now the Red Scorpions must advance and fire as they go and clear the Tyranids off of the objective. We'll see what happens. We'll go on to the 3rd turn now for the Red Scorpions Primaris Space Marines. Right, so turn 3 with the Red Scorpions. We've had a break from the game, and we've come back with fresh heads.
Well-needed break.
both feeling refreshed now. So we've come back to this game afresh. Tom has gone on the move here to some degree. So the impulsors moving forwards, have to say, I haven't seen these in the game yet. They're beautiful models, they really are nice. So perhaps something to add to my own Red Scorpion collection here. But they've pushed forwards. Remember, inside each of these is the intercessor squads ready to disembark. Caribcon has pushed forwards as well. And then it's been a case of repairs and manoeuvring the next repulsor into position. So repulsors on top here, taking the place of the destroyed vehicle previously. A decent commanding position up here, and should all be well. We'll see what happens. I'll be able to take out these weapon beasts just here. Lining up along the walkway here of this intercessor squad. Some manoeuvring going on. Remember, wounds were taken. 6 wounds were taken on this vehicle. It's back up to 14 with the help of the Tech Marine, and the Apothecary here has restored wounds. Healed the Librarian. Librarian's on 2 wounds lost here, so looking a lot healthier. That's movement done. So it's a case of grinding the Tyranids down as quick as possible, starting to make a move towards the central objective. The zone now is, it goes from 18 to 15 to 12, so it's 12 inches you need to get within range to control that central objective. Movement done. Psychic phase next. Yeah, size steel, psychic power.
Oh,
5 or check here. Yeah, no, it's a 6 required for that, so it hasn't gone off. That's pretty much it for psychic phase.
And I might go for...
Okay, another power here, possibly.
I might go for... I'm just going to do null zone just in case anything gets over.
Comes forwards, sure. Here it comes, null zone.
No.
Okay, psychic phase finished. Shooting phase next. Another important round here for the Red Scorpions. See if their firepower is effective. Right, so impulsors are going to kick off the firepower here. So they will be shooting into the Hormagaunts, or this first one here.
Yeah, so just the Iron Arrow Heavy Stubber. Starts with me to go on.
Okay, 3s to wound. No. Okay. I mustn't laugh at dice.
And the Storm Bolters.
Yeah, Storm Bolters. 3s to wound.
2, so they're currently -1.
Yes, you stay in tactical.
Yeah.
Sure. There's nothing I can do, so 2 casualties taken. Doesn't really matter. I'll take these 2 away just here. Right, next impulsor. Firepower from that. This is the Ironhound Heavy Stubber.
Well,
Yeah, no, toughness 3 on these.
And the Storm Bolters.
Just some decker come through, 2 come through. I can't stop that, so that's another 2. Like so. So 4 casualties taken.
3s.
Yeah, this is Heavy Bolter from Caribcon.
3s.
3s to kill.
1.
1 comes through, another 1. Same target, these ones. Okay, so 5 casualties in total. Tom's sighs of despair here because of the numbers of the Tyranids now. It's not enough at this point, so it needs some help, perhaps the infantry squads to disembark at some point, but it's got to be calculated well when this happens. Remember, on turn 3 here, the middle stage of the game, it's got to start trying to tip the balance and to start trying to contend for that central objective. Tyranids have it their way at the moment, mostly. We'll press on, though. More Red Scorpion firepower to come. Right, intercessors with their firepower going to try and pick off the last couple of wounds on this Exocrine.
Hit on 3s. Re-rolling.
Chapter Master's just about nearby, yep.
And then just a couple of 6s. Yep, 2 6s.
Well done. -1. Okay. 4 ups.
5 up. Oh, no. No, you moved, didn't you?
You moved. Well, we'll check the high fleet rules, but I reckon there's a chance we're not going to get it because we did physically move. We'll just double check the wording of these stratagems. Psychic power. No psychic powers used actually. So just the stratagem, see what it says, but I don't think I'm going to get my 6+ feel no pain. Yeah, no, it's dead. Command points all used up. Got no reroll available. We don't get the 6+ feel no pain because we moved. It's quite clear from the high fleet rules there. So that unit is destroyed.
Does it go boom?
I just want to see if I had have stayed still. He'd be dead anyway. I'll see if I detonate. No. Okay, so it just collapses down. Good shooting from the intercessors. That is very, very good supporting fire. That frees up the repulsor here of its firepower. Tyranids have lost one of their weapon beasts now. Just the Tyrannifex left. All right, so repulsor will fire. Obviously, the main gun is going to go into the terrain effects. Then the Gatling is going to go into the Gene Stealers.
Gatlings finish off the Gene Stealers, and then
Everything else into them. Okay, here it comes. 2 shots to the main gun.
1 hit. 2 hits.
Okay.
3s.
3s to wound. Yeah, they're both wounded. I can't stop it. It's 2d6 damage.
That is 6 damage.
6. We're almost dead here, unless we can roll some 6s. We roll 1. It's barely alive. So down to 1 wound remaining.
And I'm just going to fire a second shot now.
Yeah, go ahead. Here it comes. 2 shots. Come on.
Both hit.
2 6s.
1 through.
1 makes it through. The damage is 5. Oh, he's gone. Unless they're all 5 6s. It's a very good roll.
I would have, if you had whatchamacallit on it.
Yes,
that's pretty much
Catalyst. Yeah, okay. Right, so.
Does he go boom? Please let him go boom.
Tyranids don't go boom. Almost. No, okay. Right, so I've lost all the big monsters here with their firepower. Tom has won the long range firepower exchange. But tactically, against the Scorpions are away from the objective. We'll press on. Yeah, I'm doing well here in this turn. Bit of a bounce back from the Red Scorpions that we're witnessing here.
And then 3s again.
Yeah, strength 5, toughness 4.
2, 4,
That's loads.
6, 8. You've got an M1, but it's -1.
5s. Yeah, wipeout. So, Gene Stealer's squad gone. This is very good here from the Red Scorpions. They've disciplined firepower, and it's reaping a heavy toll on the Tyranids this turn.
Twiddling heavy bolter into them, into the ornaments. 3s. 33.
And this is against the Hormagaunts.
Yeah.
Minus?
-1.
They're gone. Okay, so that's 3 of those removed from play. Alright, more firepower to come. Iron, how heavy stuff to hit?
All that. 3s, so 3 dead. It's -1.
Yeah, nothing we can do.
And then the twin Icarus heavy stubber.
Just marking this up here as 6 casualties.
Is -1 because you're ground targets. 3s again. 3 more. -1.
Yep. Well, I don't know, really. Your rate of damage coming through here is pretty good, actually. So you can't write the Red Scorpions off yet, and they are tough. Tyranids running out of resources. So it's not your usual game of 40k, or your usual game that you'd expect from the Tyranids. Usually it's charging forwards, assault the enemy, and so on. But here, it's a game of endurance for both sides. Tyranids are on the objective, and it's a case of trying to hold on to that for as long as possible. You can see the numbers dwindling here and starting to shrink inwards. I don't think it would be wise for the Tyranids to try and burst out of there and go on the assault. That'll play into the Red Scorpions' hands. So it will be a case of trying to defend doggedly this objective, and if any Red Scorpions get too close, then maybe strike out in close combat. That's the way the game is shaping up here. Something different, a bit of a twist here to this game. A real battle of attrition taking place.
Nothing can...
Assault.
Nothing can...
No. So morale's fine. I'll remove the morale markers here. The turn's finished. It looks like Tyranids are going to be able to claim this central objective. We've got their turn to come. So we'll see what the Tyranids decide to do. But firepower's cut down. None. I have no firepower on the ball. Just the Raveners to turn up from reserve. We're going to the 3rd turn now for the Tyranids. But I think the objective for them is quite clear. Control the centre of the table, try and see the game through to victory. But Red Scorpions starting to press on the Tyranid position here, and Carib Khan striding forwards as well. Tyranid turn 3 coming up next. Right, so movement phase of the Tyranids on turn 3. So Raveners have arrived. They have to turn up this turn, so they have deep striked into here just to try and harass the Red Scorpions at this side of the board. Then across here, advanced moves made by the Hormagaunts. Managed to get this whole unit on top of the building. The other unit, some models on top, half the models, the rest are downstairs. They won't get the benefit of cover. The Neurophropes moved up on top as well with an advanced move. And then around the other side, You can see the rest of the Hormagaunts that haven't made it in. There's 2 Gene Stealers just lurking in there. This unit of Hormagaunts has shifted in behind cover. Then Neurophropes pushed forwards. Broodlords gone forwards. Then the Hive Tyrant has advanced here as well, and the Gene Stealers have advanced also. Just been discussing the rules here. -2 for the Crater for charging through, and then the special fields that these are equipped with as well. Another -2 repulsor fields. It's going to slow the Tyranids down. Feeling the pressure now as the Red Scorpions push forwards. Tyranids trying to react to try and repel and keep them away from this objective. But that's movement done. We'll go on to Psychic Phase for the Tyranids next on turn 3. Right, we'll start with the Hive Tyrant. Smite from him. It's going to go into this vehicle. So goes off just about. D3 mortal wounds, 1 mortal wound caused. So 6 required for the Feel No Pain there. It hasn't gone through, so 1 wound caused. How many wounds do these things get?
There are 11.
Okay, so the other power of him is paroxysm, so not going to worry about that. So Smite, these are in range, so we'll maybe just check to see which one's the closest out of these 2 vehicles here first of all, but Broodlord's going to use his Smite ability.
16.
Tom will just check for us here.
Yeah, they're equal. Pretty much equal.
Okay, Tom says they're equal. Happy enough. I'll go for the one with damage, so this one here. So I need to make this go off. Goes off on an 8 plus 1's 9. And it's 3 mortal wounds, 6s. No, it's down to 7. Okay. Then we'll go for Onslaught here, just if we do go for a charge of him. That's not going to go off here. I think it's a 6 required. Okay. Him next. Smite, closest model we've just checked is this one here. So we'll try and activate that one. A 6. No, need a 7 because it's going up by 1 each time. And then Catalyst. We'll put Catalyst. But it has to go on him. And it's Tom's dropped his tape measure.
Okay. It was my curse.
Yeah, and it's worked. Catalyst has not gone off significantly. It's a shame. Would have liked, Tom's fist pumping it because he's going to get shot at. Okay, that's him done. And then across here, Smite will be out of range, and Catalyst has been attempted. So that is the Psychic Phase finished. Okay, so Psychic Phase is finished. Shooting Phase, there's nothing for him. There's no shooting available, but there is the Ravenous to shoot with. So they've arrived. We will fire those next. Right, so Death Splitter's firing here. 4 pluses for hits. So pretty much average. Those have missed. Be 3s to wound. Going against the Intercessors here. So 6 4-up saves, and then the appropriate Feel No Pain available as well. So 4 pluses.
There we go.
It's very good. Just
how
2.
many damage?
Just 1 damage a time. Oh yeah.
No,
all right. 1 Intercessor brought down. Not too significant. See if the charge can go ahead potentially. That is Shooting Phase finished. So there's one other thing to do in the Shooting Phase. That is the Swarm Lord to move a unit nearby for a second time. Right, so Shooting Phase is finished. I've moved the Gene Stealers. It was a difficult choice, but I've moved them in towards here, just for the chance they have to wrap around the vehicle and potentially destroy the occupants if they try to disembark. That Shooting Phase finished. We'll go on to Charges and Overwatch next. Right, so charges have taken place here. We attempted to charge. That's not a 5, that's a 9. Attempted to charge here with him. Rolled 2 2s. Failed to make it in. Took 2 wounds from Overwatch against this Impulsor, and then charged, or a double 6. I wish that was the charge roll for him, but double 6 rolled here for the Gene Stealers. They made it in, but they took 2 casualties in Overwatch as well. Just the vehicle firing against them. So 5s for Overwatch. It's your Iron Hands ability. It's proved useful here. And then around the other side, you can see just in the top left-hand corner of the pitch there, the Raveners have charged in against the Intercessors. But again, decent firepower in Overwatch. One of them was brought down with the AP-2 on the bolt rifles. So charges done. We'll resolve these combats. We'll see if the Gene Stealers can chew through the last 7 wounds. There is a 4+ invuln save protecting this vehicle. Okay, Tom reckons I will destroy the vehicle, I reckon. I don't think I'm going to do it, but we'll see. This is 40 attacks in total. There's 10 models. So we do get our extra attack bonus. So this is the first 20. 3s. The Broodlord's too far away. A lot have missed. It's going to be 5s to wound. It's not bad. It's not bad. There's 5. It's okay. It's a -1. It's going to be close to this here.
Which one?
Well, you can roll it now, yeah.
-1 force. 3 saved.
Yeah, and no feel, no pain, is it?
Is it any particular damage or just one?
No, just 1 damage, yeah.
So 2 taken so far.
Okay, down to 5. Yeah, this is going to be... It'll be close, but I don't think we're going to do it. I've predicted we'll cause 4 wounds. So, yeah, there's a good few of missed here again. Yeah, Broodlord would have helped us. Weighing up whether to use the Broodlord and lose some models and string them back, or just to go for all of them. At 3s to hit. 5s to wound. Will get you if you fail all of your invuln saves and or you feel no pains.
Fail 1. Yeah, 1 damage.
Well done. No, Ginstead is struggling to chew through here. So that vehicle, it's been wrapped around here. We'll consolidate in, but Tom can simply hover over the top here of these Primaris vehicles. Okay, so that's that resolved, and then we've got a combat around the other side against the intercessors. Right, so Raveners, 5 of them, 20 attacks in total with their rending claws, looking for 3s. I doubt we'll cut this squad down, but we might be able to cause trouble for them. 4s to wound. Get a heap of 6s here, there'll be trouble. And we get none. The dice are fickle. 7 have come through at -1. So 3 wounds make it through. Just 1 damage, yeah, with these rending claws.
So 1.5 dead.
Okay, so 1 more intercessor brought down the wound on another. 10 attacks back, the sergeant and 2 others. They've all hit back. Combat knives drawn, repelling the Raveners here. Toughness 4, yeah.
So that's 5.
5 made it through. 5 up saves. Try and keep one of these beasts alive. We don't. Another one's been slain here and brought down, so it doesn't really matter which one on there can go. So 2 casualties taken now in total. Right, so turn finished. Morale's been resolved here. You can see the Raveners have been decimated by morale. They are a 6 for their leadership, plus the 2 that they lost. Leadership of 5, lost 3. 1 model remains in play. So Tyranid morale across here, almost unbreakable here with the synapse auto-ignoring morale. Gene Stealers across there ignoring morale because of the Swarm Lord nearby. But on the outskirts of this sector, Tyranids melting away. So morale's resolved. Turn is finished. Tyranids still camping out on this objective, but taking heavy casualties here at this stage. It's a case of whether the Red Scorpions can clear away more of these Tyranids as quick as possible, and they will need to start claiming this objective, and really the game will need to start stretching into turn 5, 6 and 7 for the Red Scorpions to stand a chance. But they are still very much in the fight, but it's a case of grinding these Tyranids down as quick as is possible. Turn 4 coming up next for the Red Scorpions. Alright, so we're on movement phase here. I'm just zooming in so you can get a close-up view of what's going on. We'll go through the movement for the Red Scorpions in just a moment. But it's great to see them disembarking here. These fantastic transport vehicles, really like the Impulsors. And you can see Tom's disembarked down here to try and deal with the Gene Stealers as well. But we'll cover movement now, just giving you a zoomed-in view of all the action as we reach perhaps a climax now for this mission. So, movement taking place. Impulsor's moved up. You're allowed to move the Impulsor and then disembark. Not allowed to charge, but he can disembark.
It's called an assault vehicle, but you can't charge. You can only shoot when you get out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's a good rule. I like the idea of the rule. It's very good. It means you can get into good position nice and quickly after moving with the transport vehicle. This one is pivoted round and moved slightly. Intercessors disembarking back here, so they are in rapid fire range of the Gene Stealers, but also getting close towards the objective.
Colin's moved up enough so his flamers can hit these as well.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
And the Librarian's just moved so we can smite the last one.
Out of combat, clever. Okay, and then dropping down here with the Repulsor.
It was healed by the Tech Marine first, and then moved down.
Back up to full strength with him, and then the Chapter Master's moved up on top here to make sure he gets the 6-inch bubble.
And the Apothecary brought back an Intercessor.
Model, that's right, okay. So, movement's complete here. Red Scorpions are the stronger army at this point, but it's all about, talked about this right from the start, it's all about the objective here. So this is the key point of whether defeat or victory will be tasted by the Imperium in this game. But the game's building up here. The narrative, the missions forced the storyline here. Not your standard game of 40k of just lining armies up, but there's been a real twist here in this battle. Red Scorpions doing their best to cleanse and purge this area of the Xenos scum. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next. Just a smite, that's all we've got. Here it comes. Perils. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
I've only got 3 wounds left.
Don't roll a 5 or a 6.
Oh, I didn't.
It's okay. Feel no pain?
No. So.
Doesn't like
yeah,
that.
well, you know.
Oh dear.
When the dice don't like it, they don't like it, do they?
There you go.
What do you do?
Yeah, that wound was his. Okay, there's loads of wounds going around here. Poker very, very busy. Psychic Phase finished. Don't want to cast a second one and get a Perils again, do you?
You know what?
Oh no.
Although if he perils, doesn't he go boom and kill everyone all around him?
Yes.
I mean, what's the likelihood of me perils?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Here it comes.
No, I'm not going to do it.
He's not going to do it.
Judging by what's happened so far, no, it's not going to happen.
So you're definitely not going to do it?
Definitely not going to do it.
Do you want to roll to see if what would have happened? I'd love to know.
Yeah.
We'd love to know.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
fine. Would have got it off. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
So I'll do that now.
Yeah, so we're just Tom playing caution. He doesn't want another explosion here at the back.
Pistols.
Pistols, yeah, 4 pistols. Fours.
Oh well, that's 3 at -1 because it's now the assault doctrine.
6 is required. None. You got him. That is a very professional response here for the Red Scorpions against that Ravener assault, which has now officially been dealt with. We'll press some of the rest of the firepower here for the Red Scorpions. Right, Impulsor going to fire into the Hive Tyrant. 9 wounds remaining.
Hitting on 4s now.
Oh, because you damage, yes.
Where were you earlier? And then I'm wounded on 5s.
Yeah, toughness 7.
So that's 3 wounds. They are bolters, so it's no minus.
Saved them all.
Cool. And then the heavy stubber. Nothing.
Yeah, because we're in Assault Doctrine now, so it's no minus now on the rapid fire weapons.
Pistols and close combat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do this in the right order then. Gonna do. Heavy flamers are definitely going to go into the Gene Stealers.
Yes, this is Carib Calm.
It's just.
Right, so switching it, change of tactics or change of plan. Repulsor's going to fire. The main gun, obviously, is going to go after the Hive Tyrant just around the corner. He can be seen. And then a mixture of firepower is going to go after the Hormigaunt squads on top. So Tom tries to reduce those down as quick as possible.
These ones, and
fine.
Then everything else into
yeah, it's all been declared here. So
the big gun first.
Chapter Master is in range. He's just on top of the roof there.
Not going to plan. 3s. Just for you.
4 up in Von Save. Passed with the Hive Tyrant.
I'm just going to fire the second shot into him.
Or the Swarm Lord, sorry. Swarm Lord is called, not Hive Tyrant. It's firing the second time.
1 wound again.
1 wound comes through. Surely not a 4+. There's a cock dice. It's got through, and the damage is 5. Well played. Nothing I can do. We don't get any kind of feel no pains. So 9 drops to 4. The Swarm Lord is now officially in trouble. He's taken significant damage. Okay, 12 shots now going into this squad here, the smaller squad. 3s to wound.
All at -1.
Okay. 9. So this unit is on top of the building, so it will get 5+ saves. I've only rolled 8, so I'm going to roll another one.
So -1 as well.
-1.
-1.
Yeah, -1. So it's going to be 6s to save, just the one. So 8 casualties. Yeah. If Tom can clear the Tyranids quickly on this turn, then he's back in with a chance of victory. I think this game's going to be tight enough.
So that's 4 -1.
It's this unit?
Yep.
Yeah, they're not in cover. The whole unit isn't in cover, so they're immediately lost. Next, still plenty of them left.
Heavy stubber. Okay, come back. So that's 4, 3, and
3.
-1.
-1, yeah, another 3 gone.
This is the Icarus one, so it's -1 to hit.
Chapter Master's a decent upgrade to take here. 3s to wound or to kill.
So 3 more.
Yep.
2.
This is the Icarus rocket pod firing now.
1 hit. 2 hits. 2s to wound to strength 7.
And there's a minus.
It is.
I'll take these two.
-1, 2 damage. Yeah.
So they're gone. So that's 12 casualties now.
And then, last but not least.
Last of the storm bolters hit. The frag storm grenade launchers are out of range, and so just storm bolters to go. And all of this is coming from that tank.
Yeah. It's
crazy amount of shots.
It's got a silly amount of stuff. 2, sorry. No minus, those ones. So
Yay, we get a 6-up armour save. No. So, that is the situation here. Hormagaunts have been decimated here. They do not last very long at all. They look intimidating enough when there's hordes of them, but they are cut down very, very fast. Yeah, twin-linked heavy flame. This is Colin firing now.
10. Nice.
10 hits. 3s to wound, it'll be. He's doing it here. He is chewing his way through the Tyranids. It's going well, but is it enough is the question.
9. 8.
8. 5 up invuln saves. We pass 2, so 6 casualties taken.
12.
And where's this going?
Into him. Assault cannon, heavy bolters.
Ah, right. Tom's trying to take out the Swarm Lord here with the Catacom's assault
I'm just
cannon.
going to do the heavy bolters at the same time because there's only one difference in strength and they're both going to need 5s. And it's 1 damage each. Minus.
Sure. Fine.
Here we go. So sadly, because I moved, take out the 2s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then need them 5s. Oh, that's
5,
better.
6,
6.
6, 4 plus saves, invuln saves. Failed 3. How many wounds have you got left?
You're down to 1. 1 wound left.
Oh boy. Okay, so it's this intercessor squad next. 6 shots rapid fire going into the Gene Stealers, and then 4 shots rapid fire going into the Swarm Lord to try and pick off that last wound.
So 3, -1 into the Gene Stealers.
5 ups. No, they are 1 model left. So Gene Stealers slaughtered here. They can be added to my dead pile. You can see how well I look after my models. They've been thrown to the side and discussed. Whereas Tom, he's lined them up where they were during deployment. Okay, respectful. Very themed here. Red Scorpion collector, and he looks after his models here. Tyranids, this all gets minced up into biomass here.
There's the not really minced up and start again.
Okay.
Okay, so the other 4 shots into Swarm Lord.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not what I wanted. So 5 or 6, 5 or 6, 5 or 6, 5 or 6.
No, not quite. Okay.
Okay, so it's going to be down to the Impulsor to do it.
Yes.
I really need his firepower to 6-inch range.
Aha. Right, so he climbs up to the top. Mastercrafted Stalker bolt rifle can see the Swarm Lord with 1 wound remaining. Surely not. You're not going to take him out.
Hits him.
Gets the hit. 5's for a wound, though, isn't it? Breathe deep.
Come
No,
on,
he's done it.
Now, wait.
Stop.
This is -2.
4 up invuln save.
Okay.
Tom's not looking.
3 damage. 3 damage.
I can't believe it. It's taking him down. Do explode.
Oh, legend.
Not exploded. Warlord destroyed. Ah, incredible.
That.
That's just picked up a point as well.
Do you know what?
For Warlord
I've
slain.
forgotten everything else that's happened in this game. That's what this game is about.
Okay.
Moments like that.
Oh dear. The beauty of 40k. We can just stand back and wonder at the beauty of Warhammer 40,000. Okay. So, and he's wounded as well. He's half dead. He climbs to the top of the building, sees a staggering Swarm Lord, levels his mastercrafted bolt rifle, and then takes him down with 1 shot. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, our games are normally very very.
All is forgiven now for my dice rolling earlier, Tom.
Well, not quite, but, you know. Okay, so still got some shooting to go. Haven't shot these or these yet.
Yeah, still more firepower. The scouts, you're seeing that the tide here steadily going out for the Tyranids and rushing in here for the Red Scorpions.
Everything from him is going into them.
He's going picking on this squad here, which I had hidden.
Need to get your numbers down. So.
Yep.
So Stormbolters first of all.
It's Hormagaunts. They look a lot, but there's nothing to them.
So that's 4. No minus.
No minus, right. 6s. Save 1. 3 dead.
All hit. 6 3s. That's a -1, so 3 dead.
Oh, -1. Right, okay. 3 more gone. Sure. Right, frag launcher into here. The rest are going to rapid fire into there.
So frag for 6.
6. Oh, it's all going your way now. Come on. I'm almost rooting for the Red Scorpions here. Okay. 4 hits. It could be enough.
3s. 3s.
Oh, no. Force to win. Strength 3 for a frag.
Well, I got that anyway, didn't I?
Yeah, no, you still got it though. So we do get cover. So we're on 5s. Save 1 on a 6.
Cool.
It's still good though. More dying here. 10 casualties on this squad. And then it's going to be 8 shots. In 3s. And 3s to wound.
So that's 5 at -1.
6s. Save 1. 4 more dead. There's next to nothing left of the Hormagaunts now. So 18 casualties on that one squad. Morale will hold, but Tyranids are breaking apart here.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so, yeah. They shot their pistols.
Yes.
Yes,
fired.
he did.
Yes.
He shot his amazing gun. Yeah. And yeah, I think everything else.
Right, shooting phase finished. Potential charges, yes, a couple here. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. Right, so charges taking place. It's come for the transport vehicles. The 2 impulsors here, they really have done well in this game. This one swung around, charging into the Hormagaunts, and then the other one over there is going to try and pick off that last Gene Stealer. Charges done, combat's to resolve next. Right, so combat's resolved. The last Gene Stealer was destroyed by the Impulsor, and then across here, no damage caused against the Hormagaunts. They caused no damage in return. So turn's finished. Morale, devastating casualties for the Tyranids, but kept within 12 inches range for Synapse, so no morale having to be rolled up this turn. So turn 4 is finished for the Red Scorpions. This game's running very, very tight here, and crucially Tom has a decent unit of infantry on top of the central objective. Turn's finished. We'll go on to the 4th turn now for the Tyranids. They need to try and do something now as the Red Scorpions start to manoeuvre on top of the central objective. Turn 4 coming up next for the Tyranids. Alright, so movement here for the Tyranids. Advanced here and pushed forwards with the Neurophrope. This lone Hormagaunt has shifted around just to try and up the numbers of troops potentially on this objective. The other 2 have backed out of close combat. So I've got 3 troops at the moment compared to Tom's 5. The other Neurophropes move around. They're advancing and moving up on top. The Broodlords scuttled around here, advancing and poised to charge into the Intercessors around here to try and cut those troops down. 2 Gene Stealers down below. They may well charge up. No Overwatch against them because they're hidden away. And the Hormagaunts, I'm waiting of those, just tucking them behind there, waiting for another potential turn. That's movement done. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next. Alright, so here we go. We'll go for this one first. So Smite from the Neurophrope. That goes off on a 9. D3 mortal wounds on the Intercessors, 3 mortal wounds taken. Tom's feel no pain.
Is there 3 wounds taken? Yes, there is.
Okay. One Intercessor brought down and a wound on another. Catalyst have just rolled it up off camera. It's gone onto the Broodlord and that's been successful. So that's that Neurophrope done. We'll do this one next. So Smite into the Transport goes off on an 8. It's a mortal wound.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so 1 wound taken. And then we'll do Psychic Scream as well, which goes off on a 6. And another 3 mortal wounds caused here. 6s.
I deny you 1.
Okay, so 3 taken in total, down to 8 wounds left on that vehicle. Still very much alive. And then finally the Broodlord. We'll do Smite from him into the Intercessors. 7.
5. You've done it twice.
6, 7.
Yeah, so it's 5 normally, isn't it? Plus,
yeah.
Yep.
So 5 the first time, 6, and then 7 on the third time. Yeah, so it's gone off. D3 mortal wounds. It is 3 mortal wounds.
It is not. It is 1 mortal wound.
2 6s roll. Well done. Okay, so 1 wound on one of the Intercessors just there. Like so. And we'll try and cast the Horror onto Carib Colm. And it doesn't go off. He's not terrified.
He's not horrified.
No, not particularly scared. Okay, Psychic Phase finished. Shooting Phase, nothing. We'll go straight on to charges and Overwatch. Alright, so charges taking place or not. Broodlord here, double 1. If ever I needed an average charge, it was there. Double 1. I'm in the Craters heap,
So he actually moved 0. He just fell over himself.
Yep,
Yeah.
That's right. So he's failed to make it in there against the intercessors. I want to roll. I'm sorry. I'm just going to roll up quickly what I would have got. 2s. Apologies here. 3s. So we'd have cut one down straight away with 3 wounds, and then would have wounded with those coming through. Would have slaughtered that squad. Probably not wiped them out, but would have been significant enough. But he's not charged in here.
I think because he failed the horror, he actually horrified himself.
Maybe.
And fell over.
Who knows? We'll have to think of an explanation, but the Broodlord, he just ran round the corner there and just chanced upon a squad of intercessors and has failed to charge. So up here, the Geniuses did charge. In contrast, rolling a double 6, they've gone up and into this squad here. So now there's 4 troops versus 4 troops here on this objective. So this is very significant. All right, no, interesting. This is shrunk here. It's 9 inches at the moment. Tom does have, and he pre-measured that model there, which the Broodlord could have charged into, is within 9 as well. So Tom, at the moment, this is how tight this is. Tom has 5 models holding the objective that are troops. We have 4. We have 5. There's 2 there.
Sorry, yeah,
So there's 5 each. We've got to bring an intercessor down and try and survive and not lose the Gene Stealers. So we've charged in. We've committed ourselves here. It's going to be... it's just 6 attacks. 3s.
Oh, that's a good start.
They've all hit. I roll a heap of 6s here. Tom's mood may change. Just dropped a dice on the floor. So here we go. Okay,
Yeah.
right.
So that's -4 or something?
Yeah,
1
2.
damage.
Yeah, 2 dead straight away. So you can roll up 6 plus feel no pains for
Are
them.
they 2 damage?
No, just 1 damage. Always 1 damage here.
So how many feel no pains have I got to do?
So, well, yeah, I suppose.
2 feel no pains for the 6s.
Yes.
So no.
No.
1's died.
Then 3 saves at 4 plus.
So he's down and there. And then 3 saves at 4 plus.
Yes. This is AP minus
Yep,
1.
all fine.
Oh, you passed all of them. Oh, I can't believe that.
So I get to smack you back.
Now you get to fight back.
And you charged me.
Yeah. So hold it right there. This is the situation we're looking at here. You got 4 troop models. I have 3 plus the 2 Gene Stealers. If you kill the 2 Gene Stealers, you'll get the objective. Is there some chant or slogan for the Red Scorpions?
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
Just don't roll 5s, please. I mean, I'm happy with a draw on this objective for this turn, just to stop you getting the point.
Yes.
So just not 2 5s, please.
5s are my speciality.
They are. They really are.
There's 1.
So, okay, it's a draw on the objective. I'm happy
It is a
with
draw. Okay. All right. Okay. Ooh, tight, literally down to the last few models here. Okay, so combat's resolved. It's gone right to the wire here on turn 4. This was the key point. An equal number of troops on the objective means that no one gets any points this turn. So I think Tom's happy enough with that to halt the Tyranid flow of points coming in. And it's obviously going to be downhill now for the Tyranids from now on. So we'll press on. It may well go down to if the game goes on to turn 6 and turn 7 for Tom to continue the points flowing in. We'll go on to turn 5. Morale's going to hold here for the Tyranids. There's no issues that they'll pass morale as well. That was their dice. And there's no other morale issues to deal with. So the turn is finished. We'll go on to turn 5. This could be the last turn of the game. Turn 5 for the Red Scorpions coming up next. All right, so movement done. Some good news for the Red Scorpions here. The Gene Stealers, remember I rolled up for invuln saves. We don't get invuln saves here because of the special rules of the objective. So I've removed the other Gene Stealer from play, and it's meant that Tom has picked up the point here of holding that objective. That is very, very significant here in this mission. So I'm glad we remembered it. Fair's fair. Tom has got a point last turn. So Intercessors... continuing on where they are, they're not in melee now, so free to shoot and hold on to that objective. The other squad's backed up and moved in this direction. The range for that has now shrunk to 6 inches for holding that objective, so these intercessors are in range as well. So nice, strong element of troops here for the Red Scorpions on that objective. That's just as the Tyranids feared, because we saw them moving up, that was the threat. And the Tyranids have failed to stop them from claiming the objective. Moving around here with this Impulsor. This one's now going for Line Breaker.
The Impulsors are very impressive. I think they're great.
They're pretty good. They're about like 90 to 100 points each.
Yeah.
No, they've been useful and a fantastic model. Here, Caribcon moving up to take on the Broodlord of Showdown there. Yeah, a wound restored on the Intercessor squad. They've remained where they are. And then... moving down just behind them is the Chapter Master just to help them with their firepower. That's movement done here for the Red Scorpions. It is a mopping up action now. Is it enough at this stage in the game? We'll see. We'll go on to psychic phase for them next.
5 bolters into them and 1 into him.
Okay, priorities first. That's to clear the troops.
So Sergeant's going to fire into this one.
2 shots, needing 3s. Yeah, they find their mark here. 3s to wound.
Yep, 1 wound.
1 wound comes through. 6 up. Yeah, I eliminated that Homogaunt. 4 shots into the others.
3.
Got them. Oh, this is good.
Gone.
There's a sense of professionalism with the Red Scorpions. You think that they haven't got a grip on the game, and you think it's going against them, and then they just become very professional in their approach here. They're cleansing this sector.
And then they have lunch, and then they come back in and they reevaluate
I do.
the situation.
A spot of tea, and there's a crisis. And look at the damage that Tom's taken. He's actually not lost too much here in this game. So casualties have been quite minimal in this fight. So it's a very clean, methodical approach here, and it's paying off in the later stages of the game. Right, firepower declared for the tank. I've got no units here blocking access to these characters, so Tom is able to pick on the characters here, the Broodlord, and then also the 2 Neurophobes. So firepower's been declared here for the Repulsor. There's no units to block Tom from shooting at these characters now, so he's declared his firepower. It's being spread around between these 2 Neurophobes. So
the first heavy shot into him, and all of the 24-inch range guns into him.
Yep.
So
1 hit.
Well, sure I stayed within 6.
It's a cocked dice, that's right. So what's significant here is that we are in range of this objective with these, and we lose our invuln saves tragically.
4.
Go straight through. Nothing I can do.
How many wounds you got?
5 or 6. We'll check. I could be dead. Yeah, he's dead. I've removed him from play, added him neatly to my dead pile, which is now pouring out onto the battlefield here. Okay, next.
I'm going to fire the heavy gun again. So the second shot into him.
Oh, yes, the quick way of destroying these.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. Nothing I can do. It's dead.
So it's automatically 6 at the minimum. Yeah. So 8 wounds.
Gone. That's my psychic stuff virtually destroyed.
Synapse is disappearing as well.
No, you've wiped me out here virtually.
Okay, double heavy flamer from Cullen, or everything he's got into the Broodlord. So double heavy flamer for 4. Toughness 5, so 4's 2 wounds and -1.
Not saved. 5 up for Catalyst, save 1. So 1 wound taken, 5 wounds remain. 12 shots.
That's pretty decent. These are 3s to wound, so it's strength 6. And -1, so 7.
6 and...
You don't get your invuln, remember.
Oh right, no invuln save here. This Broodlord's going to die. I need to roll another dice. So we failed 4 there.
So that's 5 wounds in total.
Yeah.
So how many wounds has he got?
It's 1 left. Yeah, 1 wound left here. Here it comes.
Heavy bolter.
This is the heavy bolter.
1 -1
wound. 6 up armor save. 5 plus feel no pain. He's a dead. So he can be. Thank you very much. He can go. Okay, that's awful. I apologise, but that is an awful way to treat models. So I will place him neatly, and because I did that, I'm going to rearrange all of these neatly on camera for you, just as a punishment. Every one of these must be placed. No, we'll leave it. Okay, we'll press on here, and Tom can fire. Now the impulsor.
Yep, it's going to rapid fire
these.
storm bombers into these.
I've lost my synapse.
You have.
So.
And that's your last unit on the table, isn't it?
It is, yep. 3s.
5. No minus for these.
6s. Nope, 5 dead. Okay, I have 5 models left on the board here. 4 models left on the board of these Hormagaunts. They'll be the last to go.
2 at -1.
2 more dead. I've got 2 models left on the board. Just removing them. So, firepower, yes, there's a tiny bit left. It could be enough just to wipe the Tyranids out here. Here we go. Oh, please.
BS, though, no, his BS.
Oh, no, he's damaged, yes. He is damaged.
He is in on 4s. 3s. So that's 2 saves, no minus.
6 up. Tabled. Finished. Wiped out, cleansed, purified, eradicated. The Tyranids have been cleared.
Purge the unclean.
Purge the unclean. It's very good, Tom. I have to say, it's excellent here what you've done. Well done. It's been the patient hunter here in this game. Really were wondering at the start how on earth you're going to get near the objective. But not only has the objective been secure, but the Tyranids have been utterly cleansed from this area. Well played. The Red Scorpions have cleared the Tyranids, but is it enough here? The rules for sudden death are not in play here, so the game doesn't end. The game would continue. What we'll do is we'll give Tom the maximum amount of points. We'll see if the game continues. That's the significant part here. We know he's going to get Line Breaker. Turn 5 finishes. Tom's rolled a 5. Yeah, so Tom's rolled up. Got that 5. He was the one. We're just checking to see who makes the roll, but it is the player that went first, which was Tom, and he's rolled a 5, so the game would have continued on to turn 6. I'll roll to see if the game continues on to turn 7, which it would have done, and therefore Tom would have got another point. I reckon victory has gone to the Red Scorpions. It's been tight, and it was hard to believe how the Red Scorpions could have made it into the centre of the table, but they've patiently whittled the Tyranids down. That has paid off, and they've proved to be resilient enough to withstand Tyranid counterattacks, and their firepower has reduced this Tyranid army down to 0. We'll get a final score here. The scoreline is close enough, but the Red Scorpions do have victory. Yeah, so I reckon the final score is 7-4. The Tyranids got the objective on the first 3 turns, so 3 points there, and we did get first strike here in this game, so 4 points picked up for that in total as the final score. And then for the Red Scorpions, turn 4, 5, 6 and 7, the objective was held, so 4 points there. First strike was achieved, slay the Warlord, and then Line Breaker as well. So the final score is 7-4, so a few points comfortably ahead there for the Red Scorpions in the end. It's been a tense game of 40k, and a game with a twist in it for sure. Really, the scenario that we rolled up for really forced the narrative, not the game that we were expecting, but that's what we do. We randomise the games, and armies have to adapt to the situation as it comes up. But this army, Red Scorpions, here has given a very good account of itself, and we've seen a number of units do particularly well. Right, so we're discussing units of the game. Number of contenders for both sides. As for the Tyranids, I'll give honourable mention to the Tyranifex. It's not too bad from them, tough enough, and their firepower scary at times. Going to give it to the Exocrine though. Its firepower is pretty good. We saw the damage that it was causing there against the aggressors, and scary enough with its shooting. For the Red Scorpions, honourable mention here to the Repulsors. Good firepower from them. But Tom's going to give it to the Impulsors, the 2 new models that he's painted up. They've added an element of speed and manoeuvrability here to his ground forces, and that has played a massive role in this game, transporting his infantry squads across the board, and the flexibility they have, being able to move, drop off your squads, pull out of close combat, firepower support.
They would have been nowhere near that if they were pressing
yeah,
in the back.
4+ in 1 save, a very useful unit for sure, and fantastic looking model, looking very nice, painted up for the Red Scorpions. That's units of the game for both sides. This is a league game here, so you can go onto the Plus channel, link will be in the video description below. You can click on the League tab, and that'll show you the results for this game and all the other games that have taken place, and you can see which of the armies are working their way up in the table and which will make it through to the final stages of the season. But in this particular mission here, it was very clear for the Imperium to cleanse the area of the Tyranid threat, and that has been achieved here with Star. It's been a patient approach here from the Red Scorpions, but
Cullen has achieved his mission.
Yes, Cullen took it personally, didn't he? Directed his forces well, but it's a great victory here for the Red Scorpions, and Tom has made progress in our Season 8 League. Great battle. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. All right, so just before you go, Tom, loyalist to the core, has been working on another army to use in our games. He's going to drop it here onto the table. No, Tom. What is that? What army is it?
Demons of Khorne.
Demons of Khorne.
Demons of Khorne.
Working on another army, hopefully to feature in our upcoming games. Some more chaos to be represented on the channel. But there it is, a sneak peek there of something to come in the future. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.